don't walk that road where they worry for our local government for years.
This one sweet me, I don't lie you. Because you know what? Development when they work, it deserve loudspeaker. Now why we dey here be that? For here, we know the abuse, but they bring solution. My name, it is Ikechukwu Oyemike, aka Omwefi Ishegwari.
Make we yarn every weekday from 10 a.m. go to 12 o'clock on Top the Eye 95.9 FM.
Because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
It said it's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigerian content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, you know, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep it for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is SOUQ business landscape.
Welcome back to SOUQ Business Landscape. Passenger processing and flight operations have resumed at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, following an incident initially reported as a fire at one of the airport terminals. Now, disruptions briefly affected activities before emergency response teams brought the situation under control. Now, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, confirmed in a statement shared on its official X account on Sunday that normal operations have resumed at Terminal 2. The agency assured passengers that airport services are running without further disruptions. Now, FAN thanked passengers and stakeholders for their patience during the incident and reaffirmed its commitment to safety, efficient operations, and the protection of passengers and airport infrastructure. Doctor, this video went, I think last week, there was a viral video that went, that happened, that was on social media last week. A plane had an emergency landing and all that. But my question now is, how equipped are our airports for this kind of emergencies, and what are the steps that needs to be put in place to ensure that, come what may, any emergency landing, we are prepared, any airport in Nigeria?
Well, I don't think that should be too much a cause of worry. Accidents, fire accident or incidences are bound to happen. And that's why every home, every business premise is required by law to ensure that health and safety measures are put in place. And these also include that you have
fire extinguishers
and the rest of it, so that when these things do happen, the response time can be very quick. And I think for what happened at the weekend, it's a big plus for the safety of our airport. That thing did not go out of hand.
Yes.
Because of the turnaround time in terms of putting out the fire. And then, of course, operation has resumed. So I think it's something that is bound to happen. Electricity, you can't determine what happens. So, and there's a whole lot of things that can be responsible for such fire outages.
Outbreaks,
But I think it's important to also strengthen that aspect of operation, that we are not just concerned about things going out, and ensure that all the fire extinguishers are active, so that when we have those incidences, they can actually be taken care of. I think airspace has been quite safe for a while now.
Yes.
Except for the few incidents that happened in Asaba,
yes,
and the one that happened in Benin, which is also understandable because of the state of the runway. It's a thing that we need to actually work on, and I think government is doing a lot. I heard from the Minister of Aviation the other day that they are spending about 45 billion to resurface the Kano International Airport.
Okay.
And I think that should be done for the airport so that our runways are safe enough for takeoff and landing of airlines. Yeah, but within the premise of the airports, a lot of safety measures also need to be put in place so that we have very active fire service that are resident and domiciled in those airports. Because if a fire takes an airport,
yes.
That's a huge infrastructure damage that can occur, and of course you cannot recover from it as quickly as possible. So all safety measures had to be put in place. Test case, this happened in Lagos. Let's see whether other airports are also compliant with those safety regulations to mitigate the damaging effect of fire incidences in the airport.
All right, thank you very much, Doctor. Move on to our next story. Now, despite years of investments by the federal and state government, at least 6,516 primary healthcare centers remain non-functional across Nigeria. Now, the development has left millions, particularly rural residents, without access to essential healthcare services, raising fresh concerns over the country's primary healthcare system. Now, data from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency shows Katsina and Osun State have the highest number of inactive facilities. In Borno State, hundreds of health centers destroyed by insurgency are yet to be rebuilt. Stakeholders are restoring the abandoned facilities. It's vital to improving healthcare access, strengthening disease prevention, and reducing preventable deaths in vulnerable communities. Doctor, this is quite concerning. Over 6,000 in Osun and Katsina remain inactive. How can do we need some sort of public, because we can't always leave everything to the federal government. State government has to also step up. Public-private partnership also have to come into play. But in your own analysis, what should be done?
I just did a paper on the gap that exists in our cooperative federalism as a country, where between the three levels of government, that is the federal, the state, and the local government, there's poor coordination, especially in the health sector. And I was using the case of the COVID-19, that except that God intervened, it was really poorly managed because there were no synchronization between what was happening at the federal and the state level, and everybody seems to be playing on their side. And I think for me, I've also advocated this in different fora, that what we need to do, all this money that politicians are giving out to, in the name of social investment program, cash transfer, can actually be properly utilized. Government can channel this money into a health insurance scheme for the vulnerables in these rural areas. So when they are sick, they can have access to Medicare. Just exactly as NEL Fund is being operated.
Okay.
The government needs to come together, both federal, state, and local level,
okay,
to have a health insurance policy that privatizes this primary health care. Now, what it means is that we have a lot of doctors who are looking for jobs. We have nurses who are looking for jobs. Now, if you make, for example, a healthcare in Orire, in Osun State, for example, privatized, you have a doctor there and you have nurses who are working there, and they are going to be charging people. But we know those people in the rural area don't have enough funds to be able to pay this.
Yes.
So if government signed these community people into a health insurance scheme, rather than give them 2,000 during election or buy wheelbarrow for them. Now, you use that here to fund those PACs. They could actually charge, and then they get reimbursed by government. So all the money that you are channeling into the social investment program can actually rejig the Nigerian entire health system. So what that means is that the insurance company will benefit, all the primary healthcare system will benefit, and then the citizen at large will benefit. So people won't be dying of avoidable death because they can just walk into the hospital and be treated based on the insurance that the government signed off for them. And I think that can make the PHC work because somehow the buildings are there and all that we require is equipment. So if these are privatized and given to private individuals to run, rather than left in the hands of the government, but what you just need to do, empower the people to be able to pay for the services. Then, of course, we see a functional health system. And all this rating that we are talking about, multidimensional poverty that is calculating for Nigeria, will also reduce that rank. And I think government need to really sit down and see how to work and see that from intergovernmental relations perspective, that there's a proper coordination of healthcare delivery in Nigeria between the federal, state, and the local government. And I think that can be done. Now, at the federation level, if we are afraid that, for example, that the local government may not pay these PHCs, then, of course, we can also reach an agreement so that straight from the office from SOUQ,
it's been deducted. Straight
ahead. And then these healthcares are paid and they are functional. And then you have created employment, you have saved people from dying, and then, of course, your insurance companies are booming, and everybody benefits at the end of the day.
But do we have the willpower?
I don't think it's a willpower. I just think that people just need to think a little bit outside of the box. That is what is required, because I don't see how it affects anybody, really. It does not really constitute a clog in the wheel of anybody. Because at the end of the day, it would actually be a plus, even for the politicians themselves.
Can this be carved out or coined out in the budget of the Federal Ministry of Health?
Yeah, I don't think it's Federal Ministry of Health because Federal Ministry of Health is not in charge of PHC.
What about
the Federal Ministry of Health is only in charge of tertiary health facility. So the secondary health facility is in the state, domestic in the state, but the PHC are domiciled in the local council. And of course, we understand why this has been so for a very long period of time, because the supervisory agent of the local government fund, which is actually the state, have been misappropriating the resource that has been going to the local government. And therefore, the local government can't meet their obligations, because what has been happening is that state government determine what the money that is coming to the local government is used for. So I feel that with what the federal government has done with the Supreme Court ruling of the autonomy of the local government, I just wish that the president will also send a bill to the National Assembly to actually spell these things out constitutionally, especially now we are moving toward the amendment of the Constitution. Then we have to put it there that, of course, states cannot spend local government allocations, and they receive it directly. And then they are also monitored by the relevant agencies of government to ensure that this money are going for what they are supposed to be made for. But all the problems we're talking about, they are problems that has arisen as a result of years of poor management of our federation. And I think when we manage our federation properly, we can get better outcome. And of course, these things that we talk about, I don't think they are rocket science. They are things that within reach.
All right, thank you very much, Doctor, for your thoughts. Thank you for joining us on SOUQ Business Landscape this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olumide. Pleasure to be here.
All right, this is where we draw the curtains for today's edition of SOUQ Business Landscape. Remember to like, comment, and share on our social media pages. I am Olumide Shokoya. We'll see you next time.
Take pleasure because it's the
a mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
He said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigerian content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is SOUQ business landscape.
Afrobeats is a classic overnight success story, except it didn't happen overnight.
I'm happy to be here. One of the key things about the Omniverse is that it's designed to go beyond an event, and designed to be fully something that people can engage beyond the summit. The point being that Nigeria has so much to bring to the world in terms of these things, but we will be bringing fresh energy, fresh ideas, a fresh engagement, and we're obviously open to collaboration. But hip-hop, it's never dies. That's the difference between Thor and Shango. Thor is approaching $50 billion in revenue. Shango's broke somewhere outside Lagos. And that's a lack of imagination on our part, okay? And they're all Nigerian. So to be seen and to be noticed is very hard if you're not in the place where all the noise is being made.
Protect your heart health daily because every heartbeat counts literally. Hello, my name is Emmanuel Lise and this is SOUQ Health Tips. Let's talk about your heart, the tireless engine that keeps you alive. Most heart diseases are preventable through daily habits, not just medication. Eat for your heart. Choose foods rich in fiber like oats, beans, and vegetables. Use healthy fat from olive oil, avocados, and fish. Limit salt, sugar, and trans fats. They stress your arteries. Move every day. Even 30 minutes of brisk walking improves blood flow and lowers cholesterol. Your heart loves movement more than marathons. Quit smoking. Cut alcohol. Tobacco and excessive alcohol damage your heart lining and blood vessels. There is no safe level of smoking. Quit early, live longer. Manage stress. Chronic stress raises blood pressure. Practice deep breathing instead. Stay connected with loved ones and rest well. In summary, your heart responds to how you live, not just how you treat it. Feed it well, move often, and rest deeply and love fully. I'm Emmanuel Lise, and this is Protect Your Heart. Protect Your Heart is the rhythm of your life.
Just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
Wale Soyinka, born Akiwande Oluwole Babatunde Soyinka on July 13, 1934, in Abeokuta, Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, stands as one of Africa's most celebrated literary figures and a global icon of resistance against oppression. His life and works reflect an unwavering commitment to justice, culture, and the transformative power of art. Soyinka was born into a Yoruba family in colonial Nigeria, an environment that exposed him to both traditional African culture and Western education. His father, Samuel Ayodele Soyinka, was a school headmaster, while his mother, Grace Eniola Soyinka, was a a devoted Anglican. This blend of indigenous and colonial influences deeply shaped Soyinka's world. Soyinka attended Government College Ibadan and later proceeded to the University College Ibadan, where he studied English and literature. Soyinka completed his education at the University of Leeds in England, earning a degree in English and later a doctorate degree. In the late 1950s, Soyinka began working as a dramaturgist at the Royal Court Theatre in London. However, his passion for storytelling and cultural preservation drew him back to Nigeria, where he founded two theatre groups known as the 1960 Masque and the Orisun Theatre Company. Soyinka's works, often a fusion of Western dramatic techniques and African themes, address universal issues of justice, freedom, and human dignity. His early play, titled A Dance of the Forest, which was introduced in 1960, written to celebrate Nigeria's independence, critically examined the nation's socio-political trajectory, setting the tone for his career as both artist and activist. Soyinka's activism became more visible during Nigeria's post-independence years. In 1967, during the Nigerian Civil War, he called for a ceasefire between federal forces and Biafran separatists. This led to his arrest by the military government, and he spent 22 months in prison, where he wrote a short drama titled The Man Died, Prison Notes, a harrowing account of his imprisonment and a profound critique of authoritarianism. Soyinka has authored more than 20 works, including plays, novels, poetry, and essays. In 1986, Soyinka became the first African to win the Nobel Prize of Literature, an achievement that brought global recognition to African literature. Soyinka remained an outspoken critic of oppressive regimes, often at great personal risk. His activism extended beyond Nigeria, addressing global issues of injustice and human rights. During periods of military rule in Nigeria, he went into exile, continuing to write and speak against tyranny. Today, Soyinka is celebrated not only as a literary giant, but also as a symbol of resilience and moral courage.
Skin care from the inside out. Because beautiful skin isn't just about what you put on, it's about how you care for your whole body. Hello, my name is Emmanuel Olise, and this is SOUQ Health Tips. Let's talk about something that is seen every day in the clinic. People investing in expensive skincare products, but overlooking one major factor: internal health. The truth is, your skin reflects what's going on inside your body. As a medical personnel, I can tell you that achieving clear, radiant skin starts far beneath the surface. Number one, nutrition matters more than you think. Your skin is your largest organ, and like every organ, it needs the right nutrients to thrive. Eat foods rich in antioxidants like berries, spinach, and green tea to help fight free radical damage. Include omega-3 fatty acids from fish and walnuts to reduce inflammation and keep your skin barrier strong. Limit refined sugars and processed foods, which can trigger acne and accelerate aging through a process called glycation. 2. Hydration is skin deep. When your body is dehydrated, your skin looks dull, dry, and tired. Drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water daily and eat hydrating foods like cucumbers, oranges, and watermelon. Pro tips: If your lips are constantly dry or your inner under eyes are creased, it may be a hydration issue, not just a skincare one. 3. Prioritize quality sleep. While you sleep, your skin goes into repair mode, producing collagen, regenerating cells, and balancing oil levels. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Poor sleep increases cortisol level, which can lead to breakouts, sensitivity, and early aging. 4. Watch your stress levels. High stress equals to high cortisol. Cortisol triggers oil production, inflammation, and skin flare-ups like acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Practice daily stress relief breathing exercises. Short walks, journaling, or digital detoxes can all help calm both mind and skin. 5. Support your gut health because the gut-skin connection is real. An unhealthy gut can lead to inflammation that shows up on your skin as acne or dullness. Add probiotics. You get your probiotics from your yogurt or supplements, and probiotics from garlic, onions, and oats to nourish your microbiome. Bonus, skincare products still matter, but they work best on a healthy foundation. Yes, your cleansers, moisturizers, and SPF are important, but they can't fix what poor diet, dehydration, or stress are damaging from the inside. In summary, if you want healthy, glowing skin, treat it like a system, not just a surface. Nourish your body, sleep well, stay hydrated, manage your stress, and then invest in a good skincare routine. Beautiful skin is a lifestyle, not just a product. I'm Emmanuel Elise, and this is SOUQ Health Tips. Remember, your skin listens to everything your body tells it. So let's speak health from the inside out.
Would you say compromise is the same thing as settling?
It's not the same thing, but it's a thing where you can see clearly this thing is not good for me. You know, when you're with your partner, there are certain feelings you should feel. You should feel safe. You should feel
Butterflies
secure.
in my belly.
I mean, that butterfly part, I don't know anything. Like that again. Butterflies are overrated because sometimes you could be feeling butterflies for someone who is not good for you.
Yeah. What I probably wanted at 21, I don't want it anymore. So does this actually really affect the choices we make as women in terms of compromise or settling?
By the time I crossed 23, 24, it was people that were 6 years younger that started coming. It became a problem. So now, if I'm walking down the street to someone I'm 10 years older that will be like, hello, when I find that the other guys are also, they just want to be friends.
Young guys are not actually, they have a lot of guts.
They just think that older women are fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, they know you don't demand too much.
No, that's not why. But women get to make those mistakes. They're desperate. Your mother is shouting in your ear, when are you going to bring a man home? Her sister's child just got married. Her friend came to the house and is inviting her for a wedding. Your friend, she's getting married. Did she tell you? It's everywhere. And now you're older. Once you clock 30 or once you're clocking 30, the pressure is there. And but in the end, you don't want to be that guy who's jumping in and jumping out.
Right.
Some people are even lucky to be able to jump out. Some people didn't get the privilege of jumping out. They died in there.
As little girls, many of us imagined a certain kind of life. We had dreams, aspirations, career, relationship, family. But then, life definitely happened. And that's why we're having this conversation today with the question, are women simply settling or getting what is available? Welcome to Under Her Skin. I am Sarah Owusu, and you know that I cannot be here alone. It's not possible. It cannot happen. Of course, I have my sugar girl with me in the studio, looking dapper, as always. Red in blue. Look at baby.
I want to be cut and fresh. Okay, how you doing, girl? But this your look today. I gave you some high school.
I have to go back to,
I don't want to say other things, but you look good, girl.
Thank you. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Are you ready for us?
Yeah.
Guys, Sugar is ready. And I have two people actually, but someone is a friend. She's a very familiar face in the house, but she's new with us on this set. We had to drag her in today. We have Omo B in the studio. Hi. Come on. Oh my God. did you feel being here, Omobi?
My skin is crawling because you guys are trying to get under it.
Oh, we're definitely get under it. We're going under your skin. Thank you for joining us. And the last person we have in the studio is a very special guest. You know, she's a media practitioner, OAP, broadcast journalist, red carpet host, podcaster. The beautiful Sarah is with us in the studio. She's my namesake, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
You look amazing.
Thank you. You all look amazing.
So I love the fact that we're all here with our energy. We want to talk about something very interesting. You know, growing up, we all had different dreams, career ambitions, goals, desires, and we found ourselves just somehow deviating from it. And that's why I want to discuss this topic. Are women settling for less, or they're just going with what is available? And I'll start with Sugar. Let's go into some sort of retrospective bit. If you could sit down with your 18-year-old self right now, would she think you're actually living the life that you actually deserve?
Yeah, well, the truth is, if I could sit down with my 18-year-old self now, she'll cry her eyes out because she had so many visions. Her vision was at 21, she'll graduate from school. You know, Ben did that to me. I spent 8 years for a 4-year course. Her vision was that by 26, she'll have a PhD. I met somebody I fell in love with. I sacrificed my master's fee for a school fees. It never happened. There was another one. I was supposed to go abroad. I fell in love with someone else. I gave him my money. My parents almost disowned me. So look, let me tell you something. I have made those mistakes back to back. If my younger self finds me, if I was thinking about it one day, that if I go back into the world, there are some men, as soon as they said hi to me, I'll just start running. Because those guys, they came in with disaster, but it wasn't totally their fault. It was also a good run for me. It was good because in life you get to experience certain things, and if you don't go through the hard things, they tell you experience is the best teacher.
Absolutely.
But just pray you never experience it because they leave scars. So the truth is, I have been scarred, but one good thing about it is I've come up strong. So I remember years ago, I ran into a friend of mine. She's 45, and at 45, she had a PhD. She just got married. She had 2 kids. She didn't get married till she was 40, and she told me that, look, when she hit 38, she sat back and told herself, I am going to reconstruct my life. Yeah. So the good thing about time is you can always go back and reconstruct my life.
Sure.
But I am proud of who I am. I made those stupid mistakes, but I love the mistakes. I went clubbing, I went dancing, I'm happy. And when I see younger girls, I'm not a bitter older woman, because you know, unfortunately, there are a lot of older girls that are very bitter. They see a 21-year-old girl in a miniskirt and they're angry. Why are you angry? She's 21. Let her show those legs off.
Right.
So,
you know,
I'm not bitter, I'm happy.
Sure. Yeah. Those experiences have shaped and helped you. Omobi, if you start with your 16-year-old self today, would she think you've settled?
No, because first off, when I was that age, I was not part of those people that were planning things.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not part of the people that say, oh, I want to get married at this age, I want to get married at this age. As a matter of fact, I didn't have marriage in
your plans,
in my head at all, right? I just know that I wanted to be someone. I've read a lot about a lot of people, and I said, okay, I want to be like this person. I want to achieve great things and all of that. So where I am right now, as against where I was 16, I have not settled. As a matter of fact, I settled at some point. Right? And then I was like, okay, this is not what I want. It was not a decision of, this was not what I planned for myself. It was more of a decision of, this is not what I want. Yeah. So I think I need to get out. So at way over 30, I found myself in a new career path. Totally different from what I got out of school and got into, which was banking. And I was excelling at it. I was thriving. But at some point, I just felt like, why am I here? What am I?
There's money in bank.
Exactly. I think that was why I was there. But you know,
money is the motivation.
That's money.
But and then that's why I tell people now, and everybody is quick to say follow your passion, but I feel like if you follow your passion when you're hungry, you get angry, and then you hate the passion. Yeah. So for me, thankfully, I didn't have like this plan.